So once again, Hoop fans, Lori Shepard coming to you.
We're going to talk a lot about fantasy football rankings. I want to get out to high school sport.
Belly cut the defender, gets the ball. And it falls at the buzzer!
And we're live.
That's
Welcome
one of the best
in.
things you heard.
One of the best things I've heard is we are live. Welcome in to the kickoff of another 4 quarters here with your usual cast of characters. Wheels, CB, myself, Ding Ding, Squirrel. Is Squirrel on the camera? Can you see Squirrel?
His head.
Oh, okay. We'll put him right here.
Squirrel's coming right back here because Squirrel used to always join us last winter, so he's back. Yep. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us on our 4 quarters Facebook page, 802 Scoops. And again, subscribe to us on YouTube. It's free. Hit the button. It's somewhere on there. Hit the button. I apologize. I had posted on the page that we would be having overtime tonight. And we still might because we tend to ramble a lot.
Yeah, probably will.
But I was planning a different show that's probably going to get pushed to next Wednesday, hopefully, fingers crossed, where we're really going to focus on fall sports in the area. There's some players that wanted to stop by so bad, but they had practice, they have team bonding, they have team dinners, and those are the most important things.
They are.
Absolutely.
Especially this time of year.
I was going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Especially this time of year.
And for those teams, too.
So we're trying to set it up with some players from a couple of local teams, and hopefully that will be next Wednesday. Thought about having a Monday show, but a lot of them are getting ready for a playoff game on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So, you know,
I'm guessing
but it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
Really exciting time. And do you guys ever notice that I do this a lot? It's the French in me.
I talk with my ends too.
French in me.
French.
But I was watching a little snippet and I was like, God, I clap and woo. Anyways, I'm going to throw it to CB. She's got some shout outs here to start us off. I'm going to start the timer for our show and some doggy talk.
Yeah, so the first one, so the doggos, the most important.
Yep.
These are 2 dogs that we've featured multiple times that are still looking for a forever home, guys. Abigail, the 8-year-old German Shepherd, she's gorgeous. Look at this face. And then
Shepherd not.
I know, and then Marshall, who is a yellow lab with gorgeous blue eyes.
Gorgeous blue eyes.
He's a puppy. He's a puppy. But he's so cute, guys. And Marshall's in Vermont. I believe Abigail's in New England. But hit up Team Golden Hugs if you're able to adopt one of these guys.
It's a great time of year to get a dog.
Yes.
They keep you warm.
They're
Right?
so
It's
warm and
snuggle,
fuzzy.
it's snuggle season, guys. It's snuggle season.
Do it.
It is snuggle season.
Yep.
And that's coming from a cat person.
We have converted her, guys. We have
It's happened,
converted
you guys.
her.
It's happened.
Yeah.
We have, totally. I mean, there's no question.
I mean, the
It's
dogs
not even on the fence.
The
It's all
dogs
done.
converted her. Let's be
They-
honest.
yeah.
They did all the weight. They pulled all the weight.
They really did.
Mark's in the house. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
My 2 shout outs. One is to Casey. I don't know if she's got
I
more
hope-
important things
Casey,
to do.
I hope you're listening. But
She listens once in a while,
Yes.
but good luck tomorrow. We love you. We're thinking about you and sending you all of the positive thoughts and energy your
we
way.
certainly are.
But good luck and let us know. My second shout out is to Natalie Nakase, who is the first. Was the assistant coach on the Aces.
Yep.
She just got named
Thank you
the
for
head
doing
coach
that.
for the Valkyries.
Yep.
She
And thank you
is
for
the-
saying their name, too. Yeah. The name of that team.
She's the first Asian American head coach in the WNBA. She's
CB, that's a huge shout out.
Huge shout out.
She's 3rd generation Japanese. And so she coached in Japan for a little while. She's a California native. Went to school at UCLA, worked with the LA Clippers for many years. And then the last 3 years, she's been the assistant coach with Vegas Aces. And
Hanging out with Becky Hammond.
She's going to be amazing.
Oh,
She is going to be
She's
amazing.
going to be amazing, guys. I think I'm going to have to pick up some Valkyrie gear.
And they have a great color scheme too.
do.
Is it
Purple. I love
purple
purple.
black?
Yeah,
I love
we
purple.
also
Yeah,
talked over the
purple.
weekend that we're wondering if Kate Martin's going to follow suit.
We are.
Right? But
I don't
We're
want her to
hopeful.
leave the Aces, but I do want her to leave
Right.
the Aces
Well,
to
she'll
get
have
the
more-
playing
yeah,
time
more playing time.
and go play for
Yeah.
a coach that knows you.
Right.
Oh, match made in
Yeah,
heaven.
for sure.
It'll be really interesting to see where
Well,
everybody
all
goes.
for doing that,
jerseys.
CB, because I'd
Yep.
forgotten about that. That's why I went like that, and I went, oh, God.
Yeah, when she first said the name, I was
I'm
like,
like, oh,
oh, wait. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
man.
Yep.
Way to be on top of things.
I know,
Gotta
right?
represent. Gotta represent.
Nicely done.
Thanks, CB. Wheels, you're up.
I'm up, I guess.
All right.
So obviously,
There might be a Caitlin Clark
there's
shout out.
probably going to be a Caitlin Clark shout out.
So if you're not a Caitlin Clark fan, now's the time to go get a drink and a bowl of popcorn.
Right. I mean, CB challenges me that how could she possibly have a shout out when she's not playing, she's on the golf course with Lexi Hall, like how could she get a shout out? Well, people, the all WNBA first and second teams were announced today, and
have
to the
some water.
surprise of literally no one, Caitlin Clark made first team.
I mean, I was a little surprised.
sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean, I was a little surprised.
Were you really?
I thought she'd make second team for sure. For sure.
I'll talk to CB off camera, you guys, about this.
I gotta
This
give
is
her
an
a-
off
Oh my
Give
camera.
you a high air high five
I
for saying
cannot believe
it.
she just did that.
Come on, Lori.
Lori's sitting
Back
too
me up
close.
on
She
that.
doesn't dare.
Back me up on that.
She doesn't
She would have
dare.
elbowed me. I'm like, CB, I'm proud of you, though. Well done. That's why I
she's
took a sip of water.
Not
That was
she's not-
risky.
Not that she's not deserving.
That was
not saying that.
risky.
How about we talk about the two teams, and then we go, oh, I probably would have put this one on second.
Well, I
Do you
would
have
have.
teams?
So I agree with all of
See
these.
the look she just gave me?
All of these except one for
okay.
first team.
Okay.
And I know you guys know who I don't think should have been first team.
Go ahead and read it.
So it's Collier, Wilson, Stewart, Clark, Thomas.
Alyssa Thomas?
Yes.
Is that who you think it should?
Yes.
I heard, though, not to.
That is a no-no for me.
Read the second. Do you have the second team?
Yep. It's Ionescu,
there you go.
Copper, Ogumawa,
Agumawala.
Enrique, NECA, and John Cole Jones. JJ.
So Inescu's
See,
not
I feel
on
like
first.
Inescu should have been a first team.
Me too.
Agree.
In
Me
my
too.
opinion.
Me too.
Agree.
I
I
think she
agree.
should- yeah.
Yeah.
Or Inescu and then Clark on second team.
That's what that honestly.
I
Lori,
highly disagree.
Honestly, that's where my brain went.
I disagree. Where's the bell?
And an hour later, we'll still be discussing this.
Whoops.
I'm so sorry.
Please let us know your input, but tread
Yes,
lightly.
please put, please. Inescu not being on first team is
It's
travesty.
stupid.
That's
Yes.
awful. That's
Yeah,
awful.
that
I
makes no sense.
100% agree.
I
She
like
should have been.
Thomas. I like Thomas's game because she plays so well inside out. She's a good rebounder. She's a good ball handler. But if I was her coach, she would be in the post 70% of the game. Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Yeah.
So
the other ones, no issue whatsoever. Collier, duh.
Duh.
Yep.
Wilson, duh.
Yep.
Stewart, duh.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clark, duh.
He's just going to stare at the red light.
I rest my case.
See, I'm at an arm's length, so
I think
I'm
we were
safe.
putting Inescu on first team and Clark on second. That's
That's
what
where
we
my
were
brain
doing?
went.
That's what you two are doing.
that's where my brain
That's
went.
And that's
Squirrel's
fine.
with you.
Squirrel, thank you.
It's
buddy.
with you.
Anyway,
It's getting hot. It's hot in here already.
Yeah,
but it's getting hot in here.
moving on.
Yeah.
To something that CB and I will both agree is awesome. 21 years ago today, Aaron Boone hits a walk-off home run off the late Tim Wakefield to send the Yankees to the World
it
Series.
was off
over.
of Wakefield.
And
was.
to give the only reason why this man is a manager.
It is literally.
The
I'll never
only
forget
reason.
that homer. I did not know it was off Wakefield.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was. I will never forget it.
I
either.
mean, in
Never.
the rain, it was.
I
Aaron
celebrated a
freaking
lot.
Boone.
Yep.
That's all. That's what I kept saying. Aaron freaking Boone.
Yep. That was the pinnacle of me liking him.
And now you guys are still saying Aaron
Aaron
freaking
freaking
Boone.
Boone, but now for different
Yeah.
freaking reasons.
Karen said Asia Wilson every single day. Hell yeah.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
No.
I'm not arguing with that.
No, I know you're not.
Okay.
I thought she was going to say something else, though.
Karen knows better. Karen knows I know where she lives.
Whew, okay. I'm nervous there.
My last shout out is to the Columbus Blue Jackets.
Oh my
Hockey
God,
season
yes.
started for them yesterday. They honored the late Johnny, is it Goudreau?
Yep. That's how I would say it.
They all wore, the Blue Jackets and their opponents all wore the number 13 during warm-ups. They started the game, which I absolutely love this. It gave me goosebumps. They started the game a man down. At the drop of the puck, they kicked it over to the left side where he would be playing, and they let it sit there for 13 seconds.
Oh my God.
Which
I'm not going to cry, guys.
no, I'm not crying. You're crying.
I'm not crying.
I got goosebumps.
Those things hit so close to home for me.
Yep.
We do that with our K3 team. Every game, we leave right field open for the first batter.
Yep.
For my sister, because that's where she played. And I think things like this, it goes so far. You guys, no one's ever going to forget that moment.
Yeah.
Nope, never.
Never.
Bigger than sports.
Way bigger than sports. His whole family was there.
I was just going to say the family was there.
So kudos to the Yellow Jackets for just doing a great job honoring him and his family.
Great guy, great player.
Great guy. And
just
to top it off, his best friend, I can't remember his name to save my life. He played for Calgary. He came to the Blue Jackets to play with him, and he scored in the second quarter.
nice.
Oh my God.
Second, period, sorry.
They were all like, all the players I saw were carrying in like grape Gatorade and Skittles, I believe, which were his two favorite like pregame like snacks.
Yeah.
What is it? Athletes with Skittles.
Yeah.
It's pure
Remember
sugar.
Marshawn Lynch? That
Pure sugar.
was,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
he was
Carb
the
up.
go-to.
Carb up.
Yeah.
Yep. So, definitely
God,
kudos
Will's
and shout
good
out
one.
to them for a great celebration for Johnny Gaudreau.
Such a, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you for that shout out. That's absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I don't know where to go from there. I got to be honest with you. A quick look at high school sports. Quick look around Central Vermont. It is the last week.
Crazy.
Playoffs will be
So
starting
crazy.
next week. It is crazy. And a lot of excitement in Central Vermont going on. I'm going to start with boys soccer. I'm not going to go with scores. I'm just going to tell you the seedings right now. If the season ended today, they have 2 more games going on this week. Harwood is 11-0-1, still on the season. They are the 1 seed in Division 2. U32 is 9-3 on the season. The 4 seed, they're playing right now.
Wow.
Right now, up at U32, it is Harwood 2-0 at the moment. So looking to go 12-0-1. And the Montpelier Solons are the 5th seed with a record of 8-3-1. Unfortunately for U32, they have Harwood today, and then they have to wrap up their season with Stowe, who is 10-1-1 in Division 3. Friday Night Lights from last Friday night, the U32 Raiders with a 21-10 win over Mount Mansfield with lights out defense. They improved to 2-5 on the season. The Spalding High School football team 31-7 over Missisquoi. First win of the season. Landon Larrabee with 3 touchdown passes. In the U32 game, Aiden Boyd with a couple of rushing TDs. So Spalding with their first win. These two finish out their season this Friday night at U32. Kickoff is 7 p.m. Friday Night Lights at U32, both coming off wins. You can tune into cvtsport.net and listen to Garrett Sicily and myself with the call of the last game of the regular season. A big win in field hockey for the Montpelier Solons field hockey team with a 3-0 win over Spalding High School. It's been about 3 or 4 years in the making. Montpelier's solid in field hockey, but they always would stumble against the Spalding Crimson Tide. Emily Tringe with 2 goals and 1 assist, breaking up the Crimson Tide 3-game winning streak. That improves the Solons to 7-4-1 as they fight for the top seed in Division 3. It is still a dogfight and to be determined. The Crimson Tide 7-4-2 on the season. They are sitting as the 3 seed right now in Division 2. And the U32 Raiders field hockey team last night with a 2-0 win over Stowe. They are sitting as the 2 seed at 9-4. They will wrap up their season this Saturday, home against Milton at 2 p.m. So you're looking at the Solons in Division 3 fighting for the 1 seed. In Division 2, the Crimson Tide sitting at the 3 seed and the U32 Raiders sitting as the 2 seed.
Very close.
Wow.
And kudos to them for playing in this weather.
Absolutely.
I played field hockey.
Yep.
And playing in that weather is brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
It sucks to play any sport in that weather, but field hockey is awful.
Yeah.
It's literally awful when it's that cold.
I'm going to feed off of that. The Spalding Crimson Tide girls soccer team with a win Saturday over People's Academy to improve to 9-3-1 on the season.
It's awesome.
They have outscored their opponents 19-3 over the past 2 weeks, and it was pretty cold with a little bit of snow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Over at PA. Taylor Keel said it was incredibly cold in that game.
I was at the Otter Valley Woodstock game Saturday night. They played under the lights
my
at
goodness.
6. And it was freezing.
Oh my gosh.
Freezing.
Freezing.
I
Absolutely
I don't
freezing.
know how those girls, I mean, I know they're running around and
Right,
whatever,
but
but
still.
some of them didn't have long sleeves.
Right.
Addison didn't wear pants in the goal. I'm like, what are you doing? It's so
Oh
cold.
my gosh.
Yeah. Cold, man.
And I'm hoping to get to the U32 field hockey game on Saturday when it's supposed to be warm.
Yes.
I'm like,
I'm
yay.
psyched for that.
Oh my gosh,
Everything looks great for playoffs as far as weather-wise.
And we will be calling the U32 Spalding football game, and I hear Friday night's supposed to be nice.
Yes, it is.
And I'll tell you this, the tower at U32 calling those games is awesome. Absolutely awesome. The only hard part is standing for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I get home and crawl into bed. I feel my age.
Yeah.
Anyways, I digress. We had an instant classic yesterday up at U32. Milton is locked into the 1 seed in Division II girls soccer. They're the defending champs. They're sitting at 12-1 on the season. North Country sitting as the 2 seed right now at 10-2. But 3 and 4 were playing up at U32. It was Harwood coming in with a 9-game winning streak against the U32 Raiders with an 8-game winning streak. And obviously something had to give. And of course it went to overtime.
Of course.
Why would it not go to overtime? Sylvia Emmons delivered the game winner, and here it was shot out of a cannon in the 92nd minute to give the Raiders a 2-1 win.
Wow.
Snapping Harwood's 9-game
That's
winning
crazy.
streak.
That must have been awesome.
It was a free kick cannon to the upper right corner.
Beautiful.
And let me tell you this. So if we go back to last season, U32 was undefeated. And Harwood beat them in the regular season, late in the regular season, 4-1. So ruined their perfect record. And then Harwood went on to oust them in the semifinals 4-2. So if you want to talk about getting a monkey off your back,
Revenge game for
heading
sure.
into the playoffs.
Yep.
So what that has done, I'm sorry, I just love this. What that has done is it dropped Harwood to the number 4 seed, bumped U32 to the 3 seed.
Wow.
We just talked about the Crimson Tide at 9-3-1. Well, they're the 5th seed.
At 9-3-1, that's
Wow.
crazy.
And Otter Valley, who had a huge win last night, 5-2. Way to go, Addie.
Dang.
8-5 on the season, the 9th seed. This is a wide open division.
Wide open.
And you look at it and you go, okay, North Country's probably locked right in. Well, guess what? Harwood, coming in with a 9-game winning streak, loses on the road to U32. They have to travel to North Country
Oh, boy.
to wrap up their season
That is
tomorrow.
brutal.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm like, what?
There could be snow there tomorrow. You never know.
U32 will be hosting Stowe on Saturday, and Spalding wraps up their season this Friday. It is senior night, but I don't think I wrote down who they are. I think it's Thetford. It's Thetford Academy. So that will be their senior night. So I hope to get to senior night and then up to U32. So much going on.
So much going on.
I mean, all I've done is hype up. I've hyped them all up, but they're all just crammed in there. And you look at Otter Valley with an amazing winning record at 8-5, and they're the 9th seed.
Yeah.
You can go 10 seeds to 1, and
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is a wide open
Wide
D2.
open, yes. Otter Valley
Wide
ends
open.
their regular season tomorrow at Hartford.
At Hartford.
Wow.
God, at Hartford.
Always Hartford.
Always
Yeah.
Hartford.
Always.
So much happening. You know I'm going to say it at the end of the show again. Get out and watch some of these games.
Yes.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The weather will be nice, I promise.
Friday night lights for the football team to end their season. So that's a quick wrap.
Real quick, Mark says youth football playoffs start this week. Barry versus North Country will be a good game. 6 p.m. start time at the high school.
Nice.
And Joe's in the house.
Hey, Joe. Hey, wow, that
we thought he was going to be late.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be late. All right, so lots going on. Get out there and support local high school sports. I don't know where to start with best thing I've heard. Best thing I've heard or best thing I've read. I don't know where to start. I'm going to start with the title of the show is Those Games Don't Count.
Oh, we're starting off with that?
Yeah. That's how, because the games, we're in week 7 of the NFL season, but I just want you all to know that week 1 through 6 does not matter. It doesn't matter at all. They don't count. They just don't count, okay?
They don't, because
the season starts today. You're lucky we didn't have the podcast yesterday. What the heck is the owner of the Jets' name? Woody Johnson, Woody Allen. No, Woody Allen was a director. I don't care what his name is. I really don't care what his name is, but with his smug little face talking about how the season starts right now. And then I had the TV on, and Mr. Aaron Rodgers came on the screen because he was on Pat McAfee like he always is, because I don't know what those two have going on. And Aaron Rodgers had the most smug look on his face. He did. I wanted to reach through the TV.
Yep.
I was yelling at him because it was just such a... And
he talks so slow and quiet and matter of fact. I'm like...
He's saying the same thing. Mm-hmm. He's saying the same exact thing. He's saying, the season starts. We now know we just have to get on a roll.
Yep.
And then he looks over his shoulders, and there enters Davante Adams onto the screen. And they might as well have just bromanced and
100%.
Hugged it out and kissed one another right then and there. And all the Jets are saying is the season starts now because you just have to get on a roll. So we're going to wipe the slate clean.
So simple.
That's what it comes down to.
Everybody's 0-0 on the season.
Yep.
It starts, and you want to know what? They have the easiest schedule the rest of the way. They really do. It's a pretty soft schedule. Mm-hmm. So 2 and 4 doesn't count because what? I guess Davante Adams is going to save the day.
Yep. One player.
Yep. One player is going to save the day. I feel sorry.
When Rodgers is getting his ass kicked.
Yep. And
every single game.
Can't throw the ball accurately over 30 yards.
Yeah. Yep. I listened to NFL Live, NFL Network. There was a third show I listened to, PTI with Kornheiser and Wilbon, and everybody said the same thing. Yes, we're not saying Davante Adams is not a good player, and he's not going to help.
Right.
But that offensive line, Aaron Rodgers is getting killed behind that offensive line.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the defense kind of struggled a little bit Monday night as well.
Yeah, they really did. They were not. Something's going on there with
and it was a flag fest. Yeah. That game was awful.
It was so boring.
Our word of the day on Tuesday for CB and I at work was undisciplined.
Yeah.
Both teams.
Both teams,
Undisciplined. Mm-hmm. So the grade CBS gave was B- to the Jets, A- to the Raiders.
Okay.
Here's what probably got me more upset than Aaron Rodgers, believe it or not. Believe it or not. So, I don't know if I have this written down or if I just was screaming so much that I said I won't forget it. Davante Adams says, "All in, we're ready to roll. Thank you to the Raiders training staff because he sat on his butt for the last 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I'm good now thanks to the Raiders athletic training staff. I'm good and I'm ready to roll this Sunday. You piece of
garbage. Bleepity bleep.
We all know he was sitting out the last 3 weeks.
So he wouldn't injure himself.
And he wouldn't get injured anymore.
Again. Yeah.
And let's not forget, Aaron Rodgers said, when the coach got canned, I don't have that kind of power.
Yeah.
The coach got canned.
Yep.
Mike Williams, I won't be shocked if he doesn't get traded because he ran the wrong route.
Yep.
And Aaron Rodgers wants to decapitate the poor guy. Yep. And then your best friend gets traded to your team.
Oh, man.
Funny how that happens. All within like 3 days.
Joe says the Jets are not going to be any better. I don't think so either.
I don't either.
DJ just said, just picked him up on fantasy.
Davante or Aaron?
DJ, please tell, why is Davante Adams, and here's the best part of the whole thing. Yes, the Raiders will get a 3rd-round draft pick, which is good. If you can get anything 4th round and up,
could be a 2nd round.
Is great. It probably won't be because
the stipulations
are huge.
Yeah.
But nobody wanted to do this. Like the Ravens were in, the Steelers were in. They wanted the Raiders to pick up part of the contract. I don't blame them. No. So in order for Mr. Woody, the owner, that did not sound good, but I will say it again, to get this to happen right after they lost to the Buffalo Bills, so we knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
The Jets are picking up every single penny of this contract. Every penny. Mm-hmm. So it's $11.2 million guaranteed this year. Raiders have paid part of that for him not playing.
Right.
In 2025, it's non-guaranteed, but it's $35 million. And in 2026, it's $36 million.
Wow. Unreal.
And the Jets are picking up all of this for the remainder of his contract. Hence why the Raiders got an A-.
Exactly.
Good for the Raiders.
I mean, a $140 million 5-year contract was what he signed. Oh, it is Woody Johnson. He has certainly been aggressive over the past 2 weeks, but he pulled the string once Mike Williams ran the wrong route, and he said to the Raiders, because everyone knew it was in the works, fine, we'll pay the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. Yep.
And good for the Raiders. Just keep stockpiling those draft
those picks and saving money because you need a damn quarterback.
And you're going to get...
you're going to get one.
You're going to get one in the draft. And I think Adams has to he has to become an all-pro, not make the Pro Bowl.
Right, all-pro, yeah.
And be on the active roster for the AFC Championship game or the Super Bowl, which we're all saying is not going to happen. Can I ask you guys this at the end of the day when I still was fuming when I went to bed? Who got better? The Jets for getting Devontae Adams or the Buffalo Bills for getting Amari Cooper?
That's one of my whiteboard questions.
Oh, whoops. I didn't ask it. To be determined later on.
To be determined.
And I have my answer, and I feel so strongly about my answer.
To me, it was a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep, no-brainer. And I also wanted to point out in high school girls soccer, because I forgot to point this out, that in this local area, there has been so many scores. CB, I know you're a soccer guru. The Goriello-Keel combo, 30 goals on the season.
That's insane.
That is awesome. What a combo they make.
Right?
That's amazing.
Emmons, who had the winning goal yesterday, 13 goals on the season. And the duo over in Harwood of Rutledge and Chalmers has combined for 26 goals.
Wow.
I had to get that in there before we went any farther. Let's see, what other things have I, best thing I heard? Oh, this one's a good one. Mike Tomlin said, I got ready for Devontae Adams last week. I'll get ready for him this week.
I love that.
Hence the Steelers playing the Raiders, and hence the Steelers are playing the Jets. And you know what? We just love Mike Tomlin anyway.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay, on The Fan, 105.3, The Fan, which is a flagship station of the Dallas Cowboys. Jerry Jones celebrated his 82nd birthday this past Sunday. And all they were trying to do was interview Jerry Jones because he comes on The Fan.
Yep.
And he said, I'll get somebody else to ask me these questions, he says to the gentleman interviewing him, because he probably owns the station.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh,
yeah,
for sure.
100%.
And he said, stop telling me what's going wrong with my team. I know what's going wrong with my team. You're not a genius. Come to the meetings. There's 32 teams left. If you think you're a genius, come to the meeting. I know what's going wrong with this team. It makes me sick. And somebody should have taken his blood pressure.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I wonder if the poor gentleman, I didn't catch his name, that did the interview,
probably got fired.
Still has a job.
I was just going to say, he probably no longer has a job.
Right?
For sure.
The worst thing I saw was Coach Nick Sirianni.
Oh my God, he's such a bum.
Of the Eagles.
Oh my gosh.
He's a bum.
Yeah.
You guys, a bum.
Yeah.
So,
or a clown, as Kendrick Perkins calls him. I think that's what it was. No, it might have been somebody else, but he just went off on how he's a clown.
Yeah. And the fact that you bring your children
as your bodyguard.
Right?
As your bodyguard. Literally, it was.
Like, how low can you get?
So,
he is just.
The fans were yelling for him to be fired. It's Philadelphia.
Yep.
at halftime when he went into the tunnel.
Yep.
You're a coach. You're a head coach.
Right.
You can't. You got to turn it off.
Yeah.
It's not the first time though, because of course he apologized. He had to apologize, but he sure the heck quickly went after those fans.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
It was fast. It's not the first time he had an outburst towards fans at the end of a game in 2022. He was caught jeering at the Colts fans after the Eagles beat the Colts in Indy. In 2023, Sirianni was yelling at Kansas City Chief fans heading into the visitors' tunnel after the Eagles upset the Chiefs. So that I didn't know. So this is something new for him.
Yeah, I didn't know that
this
either.
is not something new for him.
Right.
So does he last after this season, or is he going to last the season?
Right.
There's no way.
I don't know. And does Mike McCarthy last this season?
This is another one of my questions.
Oh,
You're like
I'm just
bringing in all
gonna
my questions. No, it's
when
great though.
you say things
I
and I
know.
go, God, that's on my list.
But that's awesome.
All right, so I'm going to move forward to
Real quick, Joe says Aaron Rodgers is going to be the next Jets coach next year.
Coach player. He's gonna be the coach player.
I kind of like that. Pete Rose did that once, We're going to talk about college football because we didn't talk about it enough last week. And there were some phenomenal games. Yep. If you watched the game of the week, it was the Ducks over the Buckeyes.
Yeah,
30.
Ducks.
What was the final score of that one? 32 to 33.
Yeah, it was a 1-point game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had it written down. Now I can't find it whenever I'm looking for it.
It was.
And it was a 1-point game.
You don't even have the score. You just have.
No. So it was a 1-point game. I probably have it in here. 32 to 31.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm going to read this to you because I want everyone to understand because this actually is brilliant.
So brilliant.
So a recap of the situation when Ohio State, the Buckeyes had the ball. Oregon led, see why did I look for it? It's right in here. 32 to 31 with 10 seconds remaining. Ohio State had the ball at the Ducks' 43-yard line. Can't kick a field goal from there. Facing a 3rd and 25. Following a timeout, the Ducks wound up with 12 defenders on the field when the Bucks, with 3 receivers to the right, a bunch formation, and just 1 to the left, snapped the ball. I absolutely love this. Ohio State quarterback Will Howard first looked to the right, but the presence of the extra cornerback likely mucked that up. Instead, he went left to Smith, who had something close to one-on-one man coverage, albeit with a safety over the top to prevent the big play. Oregon cornerback Muhammad made a great break on the ball and knocked the pass down at the Oregon 30-yard line. Ohio State coach Ryan Day, who we'll talk about in about 5 minutes, screamed immediately for too many men on the field penalty, and he got it. However, because of the loophole, when the Buckeyes did get 5 yards, they didn't get to on the penalty, the 5 yards, excuse me, they didn't get to reset the clock to the pre-snap time.
Right.
Instead, they faced 3rd and 20 with just 6 seconds remaining. In that scenario, 4 seconds were more valuable than 5 yards.
Yep.
So that's the wrap-up of the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
The penalty aided the team that committed the penalty. Thus, many wondered, was that planned? On the very next play, Howard scrambled for 12 yards, but didn't get I love this part too. Didn't get down in time for Ohio State to use their last remaining timeout to kick the possible game-winning field goal.
Genius.
It is.
Genius, brilliant.
Brilliant.
Amazing.
So today, going forward, the clock will be reset if a team tries to replicate what the Oregon Ducks did inside the last 2 minutes of each half.
Yeah.
After the 2-minute timeout in either half, if the defense commits a substitution foul and 12 or more players are on the field and participate in a down, officials will penalize the defense for the foul and at the option of the offended team, reset the game clock back to the time displayed at the snap. This happened this morning.
That's crazy.
Yep. That tracks.
Holy moly.
Yeah. We had to change the,
Holy moly.
we had to change everything, Oregon. Like,
everything. But guess what?
I thought it was brilliant.
They still won
It
the
was so
game.
smart.
Yeah.
It was so smart.
So smart.
And Dan Lanning, you should run for president after that. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And we'll move on to talk about MLB and stuff, but
Real quick,
Yeah.
Joe says awesome college games last week. Have a great rest of the show, and I will watch when I get home.
excellent,
Joe.
Joe.
Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. So we will get into college football more, but Joe just said it perfectly. What a game.
What a game.
Yeah.
What a weekend. There was a lot of head-scratching games where teams just played their hearts out and then decided not to play the last 2 minutes. But what I want to hit on is MLB right now. And I'm going to
Real
say
quick,
this.
Mark says making rules during the season not good.
Right. Thank you,
And
Mark.
then Edward Fulner says, what's going on with my New York Jets, Jody? First, I'd like to apologize that you're a New York Jets fan. I'm just kidding.
He's used to it. Eddie, I don't know. I mean, your Jets, my Giants,
I'm sorry.
it's really bad in the Meadowlands right now. Really bad.
But-
Really bad.
Let's remember the Jets have an easy schedule. So the owner is saying anyway, and everybody else is saying.
I mean, just remember, Ed, if it makes you feel any better, the Giants have Daniel Jones.
Oh, can I give one
Just
more?
always go back to that.
I know we keep going back to football. I had one more Jerry Jones quote.
Oh.
We're saving Zeke.
I saw that. For
That's
what?
it. For what?
Why?
For what?
What?
Jerry, Zeke is toast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I had to do that one. I had to sneak that one in there because I'm confused.
Why? And for what?
Why? So, guys, we're down to ALCS, NLCS.
Love it.
I am picking the Padres to win it all next year because that whole core returns. Just had to throw that in there.
Agreed. 100% agreed.
What's been your best? Give me something good out of this week in the NLCS or the ALCS. I think, CB, mine was Manager Voigt walking Juan Soto last night
Yes.
to pitch to
Brilliant.
Aaron Judge with the bases loaded.
Brilliant move.
Brilliant again.
Yeah.
Brilliant move.
Judge
And
did get the sac fly.
Took so much guts, guys.
Yeah.
It did.
If that went poorly, he
I
would
mean,
have been.
he laid everything right out
Yeah.
there
Oh,
on
yeah.
the table.
Oh, yeah.
So I was texting with CB and I'm like, holy shit.
Yep.
You're walking Soto to pitch to Aaron
Aaron
Judge,
Judge,
who's
yep.
going to be the MVP.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And I will say
But was
this,
hitting like 110.
Yeah, he's like
this whole postseason.
Yeah, it's terrible.
but he did get a homer in the 7th inning.
He
did.
It's been
CB let me know
84
that because I had
years.
stopped watching. I will say this, enjoying both series. Obviously, there's the NLCS I'm not watching as much as the ALCS. How many runners did Cleveland leave on base
Oh, my
last
God.
night?
Yeah.
They just needed a big hit.
They did.
Yep.
I saw 5 or 6 runners left on in
Like-
third, fourth, second, third
Like
inning,
they
third,
kept
fourth.
walking the bases loaded.
Yeah, Garrett Cole did not pitch well.
Yes.
He didn't. He was awful.
If Cleveland
don't know
could
what
not
happened.
take advantage of that,
Yeah.
I worry that they're gonna
Yeah. I
that
just-
they can do anything in this series.
what
In the
happened to
series.
Cole? What
Me
happened
too.
to Cole? He
Yeah.
was brilliant the first two innings.
I
Yeah.
agree.
He had those long because Yankees were like hitting, so he had those long rest breaks.
Yep.
You think that maybe he got cold or something, but oh my gosh.
Yeah, he struggled bad.
Yeah.
And Manager
Rodon was
Voigt going to
brilliant.
his bullpen in the second inning. Was
Yep.
that the second
Yes.
inning
Yeah.
that this happened?
Yep.
And I didn't realize they have a plethora of arms in that bullpen
Yep.
as well. But when they couldn't come up with a big hit, that cost them.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
I mean, that cost them.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, where's those bats?
Yeah.
So when your bats go cold in the ALCS or NLCS, that's not good.
No.
And then the
That's not a good
errors. It
sign.
was a sloppy game last night.
was very
the errors,
sloppy.
the miscatch,
Yep.
freaking Yankees getting caught on the bases twice.
But I will say this: if Judge has indeed gotten over his slump, because
God, I hope
Soto's Soto, and we all know Stanton's been on a roll.
And Torres.
And
I was just gonna
Volpe-
say Torres is stepping up as a
he
I
was
leadoff
like
hitter right now.
Volpe
He
too.
was 3
I
for
really
4.
like Volpe. So
High voltage or low voltage?
the Yankees are playing good ball, is
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Oh no, guys, we're gonna podcast jinx them.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I feel
crap.
like, all right, then we're gonna stop. But they are playing really good ball. This is all I'm gonna
I
say.
have no I'll just say
Do
I
you
have
know-
no complaints.
There you go.
Right?
I have no complaints.
I don't either.
It's hard to make Yankee fans happy, and that's all I'm trying to do right now. Because as a Met fan,
I'll be a little-
I'm already happy.
I'll be a little relieved if we get to the World Series, even if we don't win it, if we get to it, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Do you know?
I did pick us to go there.
Thank you.
Not.
I did.
I did not.
No, CB from day one. From day one of the season. Every time I said, oh my God, the Yankees are on a winning streak during the season, she just was like,
Because I was like watching them every day. I was watching them every day.
And I
There were a
ignored
lot of
the
holes.
Mets the
There
whole
were a lot of
season.
holes.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what MLB wants, though?
Oh.
Especially the commission.
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers and the Yankees.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The two big payrolls, the two big city, the two bright lights.
The two big
The
stars.
historic.
Yep.
But I
Shohei.
want to say to CB's dad, Frank, I am wearing this shirt for you, my man.
Yep.
Because the Dodgers do belong in Brooklyn.
Yep.
So this is my Brooklyn Dodgers shirt that I'm wearing for you, Frank.
I had to send my dad to bed the other night when the Mets were down like 4-0.
Oh, and they got
with
spanked?
Senga, with Senga.
Yeah, yeah.
Because my dad was born and raised in Brooklyn, was a huge Brooklyn Dodgers fan, has hated them ever since they left Brooklyn.
Yep.
For more money, he says. And then he became a Mets fan for the longest time. He's been upset with the Mets for the last, 2 decades, but I understand.
I understand.
And he
Boy.
doesn't want to get invested. He doesn't want
Me
to get
either.
invested. But he hates the Dodgers so much.
Okay,
He
so
hates
he's
the
vested.
Dodgers. He's so vested. And so he was cursing up a storm. I'm like, Dad, I think you need to go to bed.
I feel like, and call me a typical Mets fan.
Yeah.
I'm ecstatic because they knocked the Phillies out.
Right.
Yes.
I couldn't be
That's
more
huge.
happy.
Right.
It would be like the Yankees and the Red Sox
For sure.
playing.
Yep.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. For sure.
I
For sure.
mean, that to me, I
That's it.
might have shed a tear again
Yeah.
when they clinched. And I'm like, shame on me, but I'm like, God, just don't get swept by the Dodgers.
Right.
That's all I kept
And
saying.
they didn't.
And Minaya pitched, like you said,
Oh, man.
he has pitched lights out for them.
Apparently his name is Manaya.
Oh, Minaya. Sorry. But I'm telling you, dude has been
Yeah.
lights out.
Yo, and they're going back to New York.
Right.
That's true.
Is it tonight? Game 3?
Yeah.
And CB set me straight. I thought it was 2-2, 1-1-1, but it's still 2-3-2.
2-3-2.
Yep.
Yep.
It still is the 2-3-2. I want to throw. Are we still? What are you predicting? though? I'm still predicting Dodgers, Yankees.
As am I.
Yeah.
CB doesn't want to answer.
CB, just
Yeah.
say you're predicting Cleveland, then we don't completely jinx them.
Game 1 of the WNBA final.
Yes, I've been waiting
Oh
for
my
this.
God.
One of the best games
I lost my mind.
I've ever
I
seen.
lost my
Mine.
shit.
I was going crazy.
I got into, so I didn't I was out, so didn't see it live.
Yep.
CB, you were texting away,
Yep.
and I'm going, got home from dinner, I'm like, what's happening here? So I watched it the next day, got into Wheels' car to go to a fundraiser, and I said, Wheels, whether elementary, high school, college, pro, put all the games you've watched
Yep.
in your lifetime, nothing better than that
Nothing.
game
That
one.
was the greatest
Nothing.
game. The
I think I'm going to
greatest
watch it
game.
again when the series is over.
Instant classic that will
Oh,
be
yeah.
played
Yes.
for
I
years.
watched it like twice.
yeah.
And
for
knowing
years.
who won, I'm still watching it under 2 minutes going,
How?
Well, New York has an 8-point lead.
Yeah.
1 minute to go. Well, New York has a 5-point lead. I don't understand how this happened. And of course, you just got to watch it play
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Just mind-blowing.
mind blowing.
Like, honestly, and I'm not a huge Stewie fan. I felt terrible for Stewie.
I did
Oh,
too.
God.
Because she said that she was getting hateful homophobic comments, which is not.
That's awful. That should
that's
never,
should
ever
not be
happen.
done.
Awful.
No.
But
Awful.
It's just a game, people.
Like,
Yep.
yes, she missed those 2 shots, but Stewie gave up UNESCO gave up the 4-point play.
That
Oh, yeah.
4-point play.
That was stupid.
Yes.
That was the.
And
that,
especially against the shooter on the
Right.
links who's
Right.
in a zone,
Right.
not named Collier.
Right.
I'm
yeah,
just
Williams is going off.
Yeah.
going off.
Going off. Like,
So many other
was-
variables.
Did any of the news stories after that game ever
Right.
mention once that 4-point play that
Right.
gave the Lynx
You're
a
absolutely
1-point
right.
lead?
CB, you're right.
Like, that's.
They did on one, like I was on social media reading
Yeah.
like all about
Yeah.
it. Because like you,
Yeah.
to me, that was the dumbest play of the game.
Stupid.
Like,
Right.
and it turned everything
it was the
around.
most obvious foul.
Yes. And she knew it. I
Yeah.
mean, she totally just put
Yep.
her head down and walked away.
Yep.
She didn't
Yeah.
argue nothing. She
Yeah.
knew it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yep.
people were saying, how are people not talking about this?
Right.
Like,
And it's so
this
true.
play.
Yeah.
It's so
And
true.
you and I were talking too, like, the biggest thing I hate in football is getting complacent.
Yeah.
You have a 10
Yep.
point lead, 13-point lead, and you just continue to run the ball
Yep.
to kill clock or whatever. I
Yep.
hate that.
Yep.
Why stop what you're doing
Right.
for that? It usually comes back to bite
Yep.
you in the ass.
Every time.
Yep.
Every time. That's what the Liberty did.
Did.
Yes, for
In
sure.
my opinion.
Run the
They
clock down.
literally stopped what they were doing.
No one wanted to take a shot.
Nobody.
And there was no flow to their offense.
No.
It was
and so they kept going late in the shot clock and then just chucking it.
I mean,
and
Inescu took 20. She was 8 for 26.
Both her and Stewie had. It was terrible.
And I love Inescu.
Right, me too.
But you were the point guard on that team. You know better.
Yeah.
Not to get out of your flow. Do not change your game plan. Do not yes, use some clock.
Right.
But their last 5 possessions they had to hook it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we all know Stewie's going to hit 10 of 10 from the foul line.
Oh yeah. Any given day.
But a free throw is not easy, people.
No.
We've all missed our free throws. I could tell a story, and I'm not going to. But we all missed our free throws.
Yeah.
It was one of those games, and we all knew they would bounce back in game 2. I just hope
Although it almost happened again.
Yeah, they were down 17, and then Lynx got up to 2.
Yeah.
Down 2.
Complacency is the word, isn't it?
You can't count these Lynx out.
No,
you cannot. They have no quit
They hustle.
in them. No quit in them whatsoever.
So that led me to write down the college preseason poll for women's basketball. Because you and we all chatted about Kiki Erioffen and Talia von Oelhoffen is the other one that I forgot about from Oregon State. Those two are at USC now.
Yup.
With Juju. I'm
it's going to be
forgot about
crazy.
Kiki. But it was Oelhoffen is how you say the last. She's a stud.
Yep.
I'm like, they're all at USC.
Yeah.
Yup.
The Juju effect right there.
Holy.
Yeah,
So
for real though.
the preseason poll came out, and of the 30 first place votes, 27 went to South Carolina, 2 to UConn, 1 to USC. So there's 1, 2, and 3 in the polls. Texas at 4, UCLA at 5, and Notre Dame at 6. On the outside looking in to round it out is Iowa State, NC State, and LSU, because we can never forget about LSU. What say you guys? Who would your vote go to?
You can't not put South Carolina first until they are not the champions. I mean, how could you not?
With Dawn, come on.
That is a great ball club.
USC is dangerous.
I think USC should be
number 2
seeded over UConn.
Me too.
And I think Notre Dame needs to be in the top 4.
Yes, I agree.
I don't know why they have UCLA.
If anybody wants to go to a Notre Dame game this year, let me know. We're going to.
I don't get that.
We're going to BC with Notre Dame. I got to figure out when Notre Dame goes to BC. I have said for the last month, it's UConn's to win. Forgetting about the 2 portal to USC. Yeah. And you're right. I think my vote would have gone to UConn because I don't know, just my gut is telling me UConn. Yeah. But you guys just said it perfectly. The Juju effect is real.
It's a real thing, guys.
It's a real thing.
Especially with the NIL deals now. You want to grab that money when you can.
Right.
Yeah. But the parity in women's college basketball is amazing.
Yep.
This year's going to be awesome.
On the men's side, again, Kansas is the preseason number 1.
Why?
Which I don't get it.
Don't they learn not to put
My
Kansas
preseason
number 1?
is Duke. Hands
Oh,
down.
God,
I
with
can't
Flag.
wait
Cooper
to watch
Flag is
Cooper
gonna-
Flag.
oh, my
I
God.
cannot wait to watch him. So you guys would have given
awesome.
South Carolina your first place, your
Yes.
1 vote.
Still, yeah.
I would have given it to UConn.
Yeah.
But God, does that make me feel uneasy knowing that USC is locked
It's going to be
and loaded.
great.
Yeah.
So I just had to do a little preseason because it's right around the corner. College football. I was listening to, I think it was PTI, and this gentleman, one of the writers, was like, I'm just going to give the biggest shout out to college football. And I had to write down everything he said, and I know we've talked about it already. Army, Navy are in the top 25 now, and they're both undefeated.
Crazy.
Both of them together for the first time since 1945. But wait, there's more. Iowa State, 6-0. BYU, 6-0. And the most important one that's near and dear to me, University of Pittsburgh, 6-0 for the first time since 1982 when Dan Marino was the quarterback.
Wow.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
So we're talking about all these big schools, and we will continue to. But the parity in college football, and now that it's 12-game playoff, college football is freaking amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan Day cannot win against top 5 opponents. He is 2-6.
Yep.
Ooh,
That's not a good winning percentage.
No.
2-6. Lane Kiffin, You're right in the same category. You might as well row that boat with Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Why can't you win a big game? You were winning that whole game against LSU. Jackson Dart, shame on you. You stopped playing in the fourth quarter. Yeah. And LSU just kept going and going. And that was a 29-26 win in overtime. You led the whole game, Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, Ryan Day. Can you see them in a rowboat right now? I can.
Yep.
Rowing away. The thing with Ohio State, though, they only have one big game because I don't think Michigan's going to give them much this year.
I don't think so either.
November 2nd, Penn State.
Big game.
And let's not forget, Penn State, are they in the top 5? I believe they are in the top 5 now because they're undefeated.
Right.
So I think they're sitting at 3. So they went from 7 to 3.
Holy.
Lincoln Riley, jump in the same goddamn rowboat with the others because you were beating Penn State. You were up 20-6 at the half. That's the game I watched from start to finish. So what do you do at halftime, coaches? You adjust, you make your adjustments. What the hell did Lincoln Riley do at halftime? Because Coach Franklin was amazing.
Yeah.
Your adjustments at halftime, Coach Franklin, amazing. God bless you, because Lincoln Riley did not make any adjustments. Somebody on a show I was listening to said USC is the best 3-3 team in college football. Whatever. I don't care. I really don't care.
Yeah, I feel like every year
I don't care.
This happens with USC. I feel like
it happens to Lincoln Riley too, wherever
everyone
he is.
thinks that they're up here, and then they have losses like this, and they're better than the record says they're. They're really not. They're just not.
And guess who else was down at halftime? Alabama.
Yep.
To South Carolina.
Was shocking.
Onside kick. Alabama doesn't recover. South Carolina has a chance to win the game. I'm all right. I'm all right. Great football. Great parity. I love the 6-0 teams. Don't count LSU out, though.
Oh, never.
Never. And that bothers me. But, so the rankings, Texas still at 1. Oregon pops up from 3 to 2. Penn State goes from 7 to 3. Ohio State falls to 4. Georgia 5. University of Miami, no one's talking about them. They are sitting at 6. Alabama at 7. If they had lost, they would have tumbled maybe out of the top 25. LSU's at 8, Iowa State, who we just mentioned, 9, and the team at 10 that I'm loving is the Clemson Tigers. I counted them out at the beginning and said, what is wrong with you guys? Don't ever count out Dabo Swinney.
No.
Don't ever. And Cade Klubnik, I am so sorry. I think I yelled at you in game week 1 or 2 because I couldn't figure out who you were throwing to. You have since gone on to have 17 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions. Well done, young man. Well done. And as we stop talking about college football, can I just say this to CB? 7:30 Saturday night, ABC. Number 5, Georgia, at number 1, Texas. Are you nervous for that one?
I am very nervous.
You're very calm right now.
Well, because
calm.
Ewers didn't play great on Saturday.
No, he didn't, but he had a lot of cobwebs to get through. I was yelling at him, too.
I was waiting for the arch to be sent in to save the day.
Bo might move out, and if he's on your doorstep, it's because of the yelling.
Buddy.
Number 7, Alabama's at number 11, Tennessee. 3:30 on ABC, but Tennessee showed me nothing. The game that I'm interested in, it's noon on Fox. Nebraska at number 16, Indiana. Indiana is undefeated as well. Not the Hoosiers basketball team.
Yeah, I was going to say the
football team. 4 p.m. on Fox is Colorado at Arizona. And here's my trap game, because I thought it was going to be Penn State USC last week. Number 8, LSU at Arkansas. Don't count out the Hogs. I am going to try my over-under on college. Nebraska, I'm taking Nebraska over undefeated Indiana and taking the plus 6.5 points. Told CB I was going to try this.
Good for you. Look at you.
USC, I'm giving up 7.5 to Maryland. USC's got to be pissed.
Yeah, I would hope so.
The game I'm going to lose, but I'm going to do it. I'm taking Illinois, the Fighting Illini, plus 3.5 over Michigan.
Ooh, okay.
Might not be a bad one. Undefeated BYU, I'm taking Oklahoma State plus 9.5. And my last one is I'm taking Georgia Tech plus 11.5 over Notre Dame. See, CB loves this, that I finally said I was going to do it. I'm doing it.
I wish you luck. I
I
hope
want
you
to
have better
throw
luck
that
than
into a parlay and see what
CB
the odds are.
has.
Oh my gosh.
I
You guys,
have not
we
bet
have
money on that. I just
podcast-
told CB I would try it. Go ahead,
Yeah,
sorry.
we have podcast jinx, CB, you guys,
Oh my
when it comes to
gosh.
her betting. It's
Right?
official. It's official.
So,
I felt like it was a shoe-in, guys.
so
Felt
did
like
we.
we all did.
It was like
So didn't
a
we.
solid, and then CJ Stroud, I needed him to get 200 yards, and he got 100 and
200 yards from
Which
CJ Stroud?
should have been nothing.
Should have been not. Yeah.
But I mean, they were like
There's
they
no
were
bell
up,
for that
They were
one.
up so much.
What?
But oh my
So they went
gosh,
to the
just
run
one
game
more-
because
just one more catch, guys.
Yep.
yeah.
So do you want to do your parlay right now for this week?
Yep, I'm gonna get
Okay.
it up. I also just listen, guys. I was telling them I hit on a plus 1,800 last night on MLB. Listen. I needed
She gets
Judge,
so excited.
Ramirez, Soto, Kwan, Naylor, and Rizzo to all get one hit, and it hit, and it was a plus 1862 with a little bit of a boost. But
Way to go, CB.
Yeah.
I hit that,
Woo!
and I hit a plus 1,800, and I can't beat a plus
Well,
200.
you can't get 200 yards from CJ freaking Stroud? Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on.
So this next one,
Which we're going to sit here again and go,
Yeah,
oh,
we're
yeah,
going
that's
to jinx
so
you, but that's fine,
doable.
CB.
Yeah.
It's fine. At least you know.
the Bills over the Titans. So this is all just money lines, so
Okay.
straight up
Oh.
wins. So Bills over Titans, Commanders over Panthers, Rams over Raiders. I took an alternate spread, and I did the Saints plus 10 for the Broncos.
Oh,
You can do plus 10, plus 10.
I know,
Plus 10.
Plus 10.
And then
Everybody's hurt on that team, though.
And then the Bengals over the Browns.
Okay.
Bengals over the Browns.
That might be a little close.
Yep. No, I like.
depending
I
on-
don't like it at all. Maybe we should say that. That's awful, CB.
Yep, it's
CB,
gonna be
you're
terrible.
Every time we
It's
go,
gonna be terrible.
oh my God, yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's
Not
so-
going to happen,
yeah.
CB.
Yeah.
Waste of money.
So yeah, we're
Man,
gonna go
guys,
opposite.
I don't get it.
We'll see how close you and I come, and then I'll try to do the NFL over under stuff. But yeah,
I'm getting them closer. I'm getting them closer, folks.
I want to read this to you guys. Read it on CBS. Trades that should happen. Hassan Reddick to the Lions. Totally should
Let's do it.
happen.
Yes.
Let's do it.
So he's still holding out with the Jets.
Yep.
And the Jets are like, we're not trading you. We
Yep.
got a third-round pick, or we gave up a third-round pick to get you. And after they got Devontae Adams, they're like, oh, you can go seek a trade.
Yep.
The Detroit Lions should have been on the phone
Oh,
immediately.
100%.
Absolutely.
CB and I did say Mad Max in
Yeah.
Detroit would be
Yes.
fabulous, but not going
Saw
to
that.
happen.
Yeah.
That would be so awesome.
They'd have to give up everything for
Yes.
him.
Yeah.
But
yes.
oh man, to see him.
Yes.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Trey Lance to the Miami Dolphins.
Yes.
I saw that
Because
too. I saw that
under
too.
Mike McDaniel in San Francisco, he was starting to develop him. It would cost a fifth-round pick, probably.
Yeah.
I think
like it.
everyone
That's
has
worth
forgotten
it.
about Trey Lance.
I think
Yeah.
so, too.
That's worth it.
That is
mean,
so worth it.
He should probably be playing over Dak Prescott, because Dak Prescott got me
4
in
points.
fantasy
Yeah.
football.
It was
One
so
hand,
bad.
right here, people, one hand. T. Higgins, because he's on the last year.
Yep.
He's playing under the, is it the franchise
Yes.
tag he's playing under? To the Washington Commanders.
Oh, wow.
Buda Baker, who is one of the best safeties in football, he was holding out. One of the hardest hitting safeties. I was reading either to the Ravens or the Texans. Talk about solidifying your
Wow.
defensive
That would be huge.
backfield.
That'd be huge.
And the last one, DeAndre Hopkins to either the Chiefs or the Steelers. Also included is Deontay Johnson, who got traded from the Steelers to the Panthers, going to KC. KC and the Steelers have got to get a
They
wide
have to.
receiver.
Yeah. They have to.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
T. Higgins, I don't think will be in play.
No.
I don't. And it's hard to say because the Bengals aren't. Well, they're playing fine. They're just
Yeah.
not getting a win. They're not
No.
turning that
Yeah.
play into wins. So, but you can't count them out yet.
No, not yet.
So,
They're 2-4. They're not out
Yeah.
yet.
yeah. So I just can't see T. Higgins
Yeah,
going
I like
anywhere.
that Trey Lance to Miami, though.
That would be.
I like
that's,
that.
That
Because-
seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Remember, Joe Burrows is dead to wheels.
Dead.
But when he's got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, yikes. You want to trade him to me?
I might have to.
I'm trading him to me. I have to give CB a big shout out right now.
Oh, wow.
Before I turn it over to Wheels. CB had our first perfect six-pack.
Nice. Ding, ding, ding.
Did I?
I'm like,
That is
I
literally
can't
our first
let-
one.
Holy
First one.
shit.
Look
You
at you,
picked-
killing
Holy
it.
crap.
The Bucks over the Saints, Lions over the Cowboys, Niners over the Seahawks, Ravens over the Commanders. The one you picked opposite of us, Chargers over the Broncos. And you picked the Bills.
Look at you.
Shocked.
Well done.
Wheels
no
and
idea.
I had 4 wins on the week. You had the 6-pack of picks.
Ding, ding, ding.
And
We
you're
need
now
something for that.
tied with us. It's
Yes,
a
I brought it
3-way
back,
tie.
guys. I brought it back. I needed
Well
that.
done. Well
CB,
done.
Needed that one.
you're the
should've bet
winner of
on
the
that.
last 2 weeks. You're the winner of the last 2 weeks.
Should have bet on it.
We need to have something like the golden football or
Right.
something.
Right.
Like
We
for the
can
one
paint that.
for the one who has it the best.
And
the
you
best
got to bring
pick
it
that
home with
Yeah.
you for the
Yep.
week.
We need something.
And you know, I messed up because all I wanted to do was put a 6-pack right down.
Yes.
And it should have been a Red Bull or something for CB.
Yeah.
Because, you
Yeah,
know, that would have
true.
been her jam. But yeah, tied. We're all tied.
Shocked.
We're all tied.
Oh boy.
That's
We're all
crazy.
tied.
That's awesome.
And on that, I'm going to turn it over to Wheels for a 6-pack of picks, fantasy questions, whiteboard Wednesday, whatever you want to call it,
Real
Wheels.
quick, I'm going to butt in.
Yeah.
Tom said before, maybe he will be Jerry's butler. I'm guessing to the interviewer.
Interview,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Oh, that's a good one.
He'll probably be paid
Jerry's
more.
butler.
He'll probably be paid more.
Probably.
Oh my God. So, okay, one last question though, because now we're going back to Jerry Jones. As they were talking to Jeff Saturday, and they're like, "Well, does it bother you when your owner, president, GM, all the things is doing that?" And he's like, "No, we don't really pay attention to that."
Right.
But then they asked him if your coach acts the way Nick Sirianni does, and he's like, "Well, we don't really pay attention. He's just showing a lot of fire in his belly." And I'm like, "Nope, that would bother me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would bother
Yeah.
you guys."
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Just
sure.
wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Just had to throw that out there.
Yep. 100%.
All right, Wheels, you go in whatever order you want with your 6-pack
All right.
of picks. Week 7?
Week 7 already. Which I'm just excited. I'm actually going to be able to watch football this weekend.
You are, again,
Yes.
that's only the second time.
The second time. I don't have to work, and nobody's having any baby showers.
Nice.
We
I
did
hope.
and we got to the baby shower and the Patriots were on.
Right.
Oh.
Like, who wants to watch that
I
garbage?
mean, we then realized we should be paying attention to the baby
Yeah.
shower.
Like-
Congrats, Aaron.
we love you,
We paid
but...
attention. Oh, good to see Sammy, too.
Yes, and
So good to
Sammy.
see Sammy.
Just Braxton update. I held him for the first time.
How'd you do?
He threw up on me.
I saw it all unfold.
Right from Lori.
But wait for this. Best thing I've heard, Wheels was so upset because she wanted to make sure it didn't go on her sneakers.
My new Air Maxes.
There it is, Sammy. There it
He
is.
missed
Oh my
them
gosh.
by a millimeter.
She was freaking out about the sneakers, CB.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just sat there laughing. I'm
Yeah.
like,
That's
I'm holding
hilarious.
him, loving it. All of a sudden,
and then Sammy
Baby
says
vomit.
about an hour later, "Just for a second, Jody, just for a second." So she turned him, so he was facing me.
I was like this.
So I had a cloth, and I'm like, "Yeah, we're good." And you could tell the non-moms from the moms.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Anyways, we digress.
Anyways, the Air Maxes made it out of the shower. Fine. No damage.
Yo, they're
You
expensive.
really did go home and clean them, didn't you?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. They're expensive
They're
shoes.
I
expensive.
understand.
They're expensive.
Anyways,
6-pack of
I'll hold
picks.
them again sometime, probably.
Maybe when he's like a year.
Maybe we can hold down
We'll
food.
control
Or
food.
food a little better.
Yeah.
When he's
Yeah.
8 years old, maybe. She can't hold them anymore.
Right.
All right. I'm sorry.
Okay, so
What are
we're
we
going to
starting with?
start with tomorrow night's game and Sean Payton's return to New Orleans.
Woo!
Denver at the Saints.
Broncos.
Broncos.
Ooh.
I'll go Broncos.
Only because Rashid Shaheed's out, Chris Olave's
that's
out,
the only
Yeah.
reason.
and Spencer Rattler's still at QB, but I kind of like the kid too. But yeah, Broncos are straight across the board. All right.
Okay, the Seattle Seahawks at the Atlanta Falcons.
Falcons. I'm on the bandwagon again, people.
You are. You
which
go-
means I'm going to podcast Jinx.
You go so like this.
Oh, I meant to wear my I had to wear Brooklyn. I just think they've hit their stride. I should shut up right now.
I'm going to go Seattle. I just don't see them losing 3 in a row. But I could be wrong, but I got to go different.
I'm gonna go Falcons. I'm gonna go different on a different one.
And the one I went different last week because I had to go different. And we all picked the Bills. I changed it to the Jets and let CB know. And boy, did I pay a price. Never picking the Jets again. Oh, wait. What's the next one?
In your defense, though.
Yeah.
They should have won that game.
They should have.
Speaking of the Jets, the Devontae Adams-led Jets versus the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Let's remember, he's ready to roll now, thanks to the athletic training staff. Steelers.
But really, it's game one.
It is game one. 100% game one.
First game of the season for the New York Jets versus
Let's see if they're 1-0 after this Sunday.
Yep.
I'm picking the Steelers.
I have to pick the Steelers.
I'm picking the Steelers, too. I hope Watt freaking annihilates Rodgers.
Oh, I love this. Now my sister's going to say, thanks, guys.
Sorry, Gail.
For podcast
right.
jinxing.
Love you, mean it, bye.
100%. We're jinxing them.
All right. Ooh, I like this next one, I think.
Okay.
It's so hard.
Baltimore Ravens at the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And can I just say again, Baker Mayfield is freaking as tough as they come. I can't remember what he hurt in the game, but he got hit hard.
Yep.
He literally goes to the sideline, talks to the trainer. He's in pain. Right back out there.
Yep.
As with the Falcons hitting a stride, I just think that the Ravens have they're hitting on all cylinders. Lamar Jackson is playing like an MVP, but more than anything, Derrick Henry is a beast.
Monster.
He's a beast.
I can't go
no one's
against
stopping him.
Me neither.
Me either.
Baltimore.
Same.
I hate to.
I love it. He's like the reason my fantasy team even is in games.
He's a beast. He is Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
I would never call anyone beast mode except for Lynch.
Yeah.
I will.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Super Bowl rematch, people.
This one's tough.
Kansas City at San Francisco.
Oh my gosh.
Will Kansas City remain
Who are you
undefeated?
picking?
Why I gotta go
I'm
first?
picking the 49ers.
Oh,
Sorry, Mama Wheels.
I know. Mama Wheels is like, how can you not pick the Chiefs?
I don't know. I don't know. Every time I watch the Chiefs, I'm like,
I haven't been impressed with either of them,
Me
really.
either, honestly. Me
Like,
either.
San Francisco's at 3-3 is not good.
Nope.
and there's no reason for it because Debo's healthy. Well, we all know Christian McCaffrey's not playing yet, but Debo's healthy. George Kittle is playing out of his mind.
Yes.
And there's that Brandon Ayuk guy, so meaning you have so many weapons. And you have a good defense.
Right.
But with Patrick Mahomes, you just can't catch the guy. He's all over the place.
Right. And
God, he's so wiggly. He's everywhere. And just when you think the lineman has him, I'm like, God.
Yeah.
Wrapping him up is hard.
oh,
I'll stick with my Niners, though. Not my Niners, but picking the Niners.
We're
Wow.
going on wheels.
this one's so hard
I don't know.
because, like I said,
We're going to go into overtime now.
San Francisco is not playing great, but either is Kansas City.
No.
San Francisco just has more weapons, so no, I'll go
Is
with
that your final answer?
I think this will be the one that I go opposite of you guys. I'm going to go Chiefs. As much as I hate that, I'm going to go Chiefs.
Okay. San Francisco. Sorry, Mom. Don't hate me.
All right. And this one's going to break my heart because
I know.
we haven't even mentioned Aiden Hutchinson.
Oh my
Who's
god.
leading the league in sacks at 7.5. Complete. There's another beast mode, but we have to come up with something different for a defensive end. And CB says, "Have you seen it?" And I'm like, "Nope."
It's disgusting.
And then I watched it, and I went,
I wish I didn't see it.
"A
right?
leg should never Gumby that way."
Never.
Oh. And of course, Coach Campbell's like, "He'll be back," and I'm like, "No, not this season."
No, not this season.
Hence why the next biggest trade should definitely be
My heart
for
broke
somebody.
for him, though.
On the other side, though, Chubb is coming back.
Yes.
He's practicing.
Yes.
Which is
And
crazy.
isn't he back this week?
think
He's
so.
going to be
Yeah.
Too bad he's
on
got
the
to
roster. Yeah. I love
Too
Nick
bad
Chubb.
he's got to play on the
I know.
Right?
Will they just play Jameis Winston, please?
Right?
Why do they continue
to
kill their fans?
I
by
have
playing
a lot of-
Deshaun
Everyone
Watson?
hates him.
Yep. I have a lot
Not
of
only 'cause
best
he's
that I've
bad.
heard, and it was coming out of Cleveland and how they have to stick with Deshaun Watson. I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
No, you
I
don't.
know money-wise you're saying that because you gave him stupid money, but no, you don't.
Yeah.
Nope.
And Coach Stefanski,
Yeah.
you were the coach of the year last year.
No, you're just choosing every
Turn it
game
around.
to be stupider.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
swallow your pride and get him out of that.
That's what you have to do.
You can tell his teammates don't even want to play for him.
Ownership,
Right.
GM, coaching, you all got to
Like,
get together in your
grow a
little
pair.
little conference
Yeah.
room and gross it.
Yeah.
Your fans are done.
Be big boys.
Your
Yep.
fans
Do
are
it.
done.
Yep.
Your fans are done.
Absolutely.
You got nothing to
and
lose.
you know what? Jerry, you might want to put Trey Lance in. And
Angie Richardson says, hi, Lori.
Oh my God. Hi, Angie. Oh my God, you're watching the show. So good to hear your name, my dear friend. Oh, that makes my heart smile. Thank you. So Aiden Hutchinson breaks my heart.
Oh,
Brock
man.
Purdy probably is, not Brock Purdy, I'm sorry. Sam Darnold is probably pretty happy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Not
He's
happy.
very happy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Not happy. He's not happy that the guy broke his leg.
No, but
He
he's
won't be getting...
But
he'll
yeah.
sleep a little better
exactly.
Saturday night.
So
you know?
obviously I took that away
Yeah.
from who
That's
the last
okay.
game is.
Detroit and Minnesota. At Minnesota.
This was an easy pick for me, but then Hutchinson
Yeah.
got hurt.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'm like,
for
no,
sure.
I'm all in with Detroit.
I'm staying all in with Detroit.
I think, see, I should go against you guys, but
I'm going Detroit.
I'm going Lions too. The Vikings can't stay undefeated, I'm sorry.
No.
No.
If they do against that type of offense, if the Vikings do stay undefeated, and I can't come up with his name, the defensive coordinator for the Vikings, I'm drawing a blank. He should be the coach of the year. Not the defensive coordinator of the year.
Detroit's offense is fun.
Brian Flores.
So fun, but I feel
Brian
like
Flores.
in the game this past weekend, I was like, why are you why are you playing these amazing plays in a game that doesn't it's blown away? Like the
Probably
game's
because
over.
it was Dallas and it just puts a little more of a
It
dagger.
is, but I'm
in-
like, save these plays are genius.
yeah.
My sister usually texts me about the Steelers. She never even mentioned the Steelers.
Yeah.
She just was beaming
Yeah.
over the Lions-Cowboy game.
Yeah.
yeah.
Beaming.
Oh, I was.
Oh, yeah,
She
me
goes, this
too.
is amazing.
Yeah.
Too.
It was great.
It was amazing.
And for Dak Prescott, my fantasy teams have 4 points. Every fantasy article I read had him as one of the start of the week, which shows you we really don't know what we're talking about.
Karen says, Wheels and CB, would you trade Garrett Wilson for Mike Evans?
No.
Which receiver do you prefer, Evans?
Evans. I prefer Evans.
She will give Mike Evans to me
Oh, right.
and a bag of popcorn and dinner and a bottle of wine to take Mike Evans off her hand because he frustrates her. 27 points, 4 points.
I get that, but Garrett
20
Wilson now with Devontae Adams
Is going to see less.
is going to
That's
see
true.
even less.
That's also true.
But he's also going to see less double coverage.
Oh, that's also true.
also true. But I feel
think-
like Rodgers is just going to
He's going to throw it to Devontae.
Devontae.
I don't know. I think Lazard might get the worst of it because the way he's targeted Garrett Wilson the last 2 weeks, I had no right to beat
get
Jen. And if you're listening, I had no right to beat you. None. But nor did I think Garrett Wilson would get 27 points this past week in that game against Buffalo.
Right. I would have
don't
never
know.
guessed.
I agree with the gentleman. I don't remember who I was listening to. Doesn't matter anyway. He said, strike up your lineups if you own Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams and don't take them out the rest of the season except for their bye weeks. He said, I will anything. You have to have those two guys in your lineup. And here I am trying to trade Garrett Wilson.
Jen says, I am Marvin Harrison equals 0 points.
Yep. And that's not fair. That's
Yeah,
not
that's
fair.
not.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Marvin Harrison gets 10 points just by walking on the field alone, not to mention the 25, 30 points that he gets anyway. Yep, that bad taste in my mouth winning that way. Bad taste.
All right, you
All
guys
right,
ready?
I'm sorry. Yep.
So I have 6 questions. Okay.
6-pack of questions.
Yeah. So question number 1, we already started talking about it. What trade will have a bigger impact? Devontae Adams to the Jets or Amari Cooper to the Bills?
Okay.
Okay. If you had to fire one coach today, okay, is it Mike McCarthy, Doug Peterson, Kevin Stefanski, or Nick Sirianni?
That one's easy too.
Really? You think that's easy?
Yep.
I have a lot of biases, though.
Me too. Me too. You good?
Yeah.
Good? Okay. Who is going to have a better fantasy day total points-wise?
Okay.
Justin Jefferson or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Ooh.
They're playing each other.
Oh, okay.
Oof, that's
gonna be so
hard.
hard.
I know who I wanted to quickly go with, but then again, Brian Flores. Dad, he's such a good
my gosh.
DC.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so hard.
That one's brutal for me.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh, dear.
Oh no, she's erasing over
know.
there.
Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which quarterback is going to have more total touchdowns, rushing and throwing? CJ
Okay.
Stroud or Love?
And they're playing each other,
And they're
correct?
playing each other. Yep.
Ooh, that's a tough one too.
Okay.
And it's in Green Bay.
And let
if
me
that
tell you
helps.
this. Jen's quarterback last week, freaking money.
Who'd she have? Jordan?
Jordan Love.
Yeah. CJ Stroud or Jordan Love? Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Who will have more receptions? Just receptions.
Okay. Number.
Okay?
Like
In
number-wise?
Yep, number-wise. In the battle of tight ends.
Ooh.
Travis Kelce, George Kittle.
Ooh.
And they play each other.
I love these. Just writing little side notes on my board too.
And last question, out of the box question. Okay. So this is a would you rather. Okay.
Oh, I love it.
Would you rather?
Would you rather make the game-saving, game-winning diving catch to win the World Series? Hit the game-winning walk-off home run to win a World Series? Hit a game-winning basket to win any championship, WNBA, NBA? Or throw the game-winning touchdown for the Super Bowl? What would you rather do?
God, I'm so all about defense all the
Oh,
time.
damn, what you're saying.
That's hard. I want to do all of those.
I know.
In my dreams.
And I had a chance to win a high school basketball game, but I missed a foul shot. Up at you, 32. See, I knew it was going to come out eventually on the show.
All right. So,
All right.
what trade will be bigger impact, Adams or Cooper?
Cooper.
Cooper. I agree as well. Josh Allen is the happiest man on the planet.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Finally.
I should try to trade for Amari Cooper.
I should too. Get rid of Shakir because he's not going to get shit now.
Okay.
If you had to fire one of the coaches, McCarthy, Peterson, Stefanski, or Sirianni?
Mikey.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I mean,
McCarthy,
he
you
shouldn't
have
be
all
coaching.
the tools
There's no
in
like,
the world.
after that game.
You suck.
After
He
that
should have
game.
been canned after the loss to the Packers in the playoffs.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
they never even showed up.
Yep.
He
Okay.
sucks. Doug Peterson is just getting shitty play from Trevor Lawrence. So
Yes.
it's not
Yes.
his fault.
Yes, agree.
Better fantasy day total, Jefferson or Amon-Ra?
I wrote it down, but I hope
I wrote Amon-Ra first, and then
I
I
wrote
JJ.
Amon-Ra.
Oh,
and
different.
I'm wondering JJ because the Lions aren't that strong in their defensive backfield, but
Yeah.
their defense has been playing so well. I got Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah. I know.
I went Amon-Ra anyway.
Okay. More total touchdowns, Love or Stroud?
I have Love due to the Nico Collins factor with CJ.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I went CJ, but
Okay.
didn't even.
I mean, he still has plenty of
he's
target.
still- yeah.
Plenty of.
We got to review
Yeah.
these next Wednesday as well.
Most receptions, Travis Kelce, George Kittle.
George Kittle all day.
Kittle,
All day.
a million miles away.
All day.
I mean,
What
totally
has
agree.
Kelsey even been doing?
Yeah, I
Right?
totally agree.
Has he been doing anything?
Oh, watch us eat our words.
I know. Well, he did
Kittle all
have a
day.
coming out game last week. But,
Yeah,
you know.
kind of, sort of.
Okay, so which play would you rather do to win a championship?
Catch.
Oh my God, game-winning catch.
I can't believe you both picked that. I would have
Game-winning
never
catch.
thought that.
I'm all about like I was a defender on soccer. Like
defense.
and defense doesn't get the reps.
And the
that
I
it should.
100% thought you would have did the basketball
that was
thing.
when I was already writing game-winning catch, and I went, ooh, the shot would be cool. But the home run, yeah, it's great. You round the bases. You watch over and over and over again a game-winning catch.
Oh, I agree. That's
Over.
100% my
Yes.
choice, obviously.
Over
It's
and over
way more
again.
impressive.
Yes. Yes.
The
And that
shot
leads,
would be great, but nothing tops that.
No, I mean, I would love to be able, one, to even hit a ball over a fence.
Yep.
To
you
like
and me both.
win the game.
Yeah.
But to me, there's nothing like bases loaded, tying runs on base, ball in the gap, and you just make a freaking amazing
catch.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
All my years of playing, I can remember the things that stick out the most to me are defensive plays.
Yeah.
I can remember playing up at Barrytown in Women's League, and I think it was Carmen that in the gap, just what you just said, and I was playing third, and the gum flew out of my mouth because I was just like, oh my God. Just stuff like that doesn't leave your brain.
You don't forget it at all.
Oh, I love it. Great questions.
Which leads me to the last picture. Did you get it?
Yes.
This last picture that I found today, and I absolutely love it, clearly, because I play in the outfield. It says, infielders save runs, outfielders save games.
Ding, 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 ding. You better hope Lindsay Carey's not listening.
I know.
Or Joe Locke right now.
I know. But I always say this, the infielders have us to back them up.
Yep.
We got nothing. We turn around and you see our asses running, and we got nothing.
And especially like on days like the other night when the Yankees were playing, the wind was insane.
Yeah.
It was like 11, 12 miles coming in one side, and then 11,
Was that on
12
Monday or
miles going
Tuesday?
Monday.
And that's when the Jets kicker missed field goals.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Aaron Rodgers didn't
especially
fire
on days
him.
like those.
Yeah,
or
it's
like,
brutal.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the sun, when you're battling the sun.
The sun is brutal. Ask poor Rookie.
Oh,
She'll tell you the sun.
Right?
It's
the sun is brutal.
Oh yeah, that's what I always say to the
Game-winning
infielders. I'm like,
catch.
at least you guys have us to back you up if you miss something.
Yep.
We got nothing.
It's true.
Yep.
It's true.
So
what a way to end it with us both saying game-winning catch and your quote. And I'm sure you'll read that quote many times next summer.
Yep. I'm going to get it on shirts.
I'm going to, you
and
should.
our outfielders are going to wear them.
You should. You should. I just want to see the look on the infielders' face.
Right, especially Lindsay
But it's
Carey.
still like,
Especially Lindsay.
if an infielder misses it, it's a single, right?
Right.
If an outfielder misses it, it's a double.
At least.
Or a homer.
Yeah,
it's true.
In our league,
it's so true.
Can be a homer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and we did go into overtime.
We did a big time.
I love that. I love that we went into overtime. We'll post next week when we're going on Wednesday. We're going to try to get some pretty amazing people in here. And due to practice times, we may have to shift it again. But we'll post it on the Facebook page. So it'll either be 5:15-ish. Please get out there and support high school sports this week and next week with playoff time. Get out there. It was supposed to be a nice weekend.
The weather looks amazing for the next 7 days.
Go watch a game. Even if you don't watch the whole thing, get out in the sunshine and support your local high school teams. Enjoy week 7. Watch Georgia and Texas. If that's not a good game, if that's a blowout, my apologies to you.
Hook 'em horns.
Yep. Enjoy the rest of the week and have a phenomenal weekend watching sports all day, every day.